Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Somaliland National Television English News Program. My name is Barkat Sheikh Habib and I'm here to update you with the latest top stories. Coming up, the main news headlines. Will the international community heed the warnings of Somaliland's savage drought? Somaliland Vice President in Somaliland-related visit to UAE. A large ceremony focusing on land dispute resolution was held in Hargeisa. Welcome back, and now for the main news in detail. High-level delegation headed by the Vice President of the Republic of Somaliland, His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdullahi Ismail Sayli'i, has on Wednesday embarked on a work-related trip to UAE. The Vice President's visit was joined by the Ministers of Foreign Affairs, National Planning, Public Work, Defense, Civil Aviation, Coordination of the two National Assemblies, and Deputy Ministers for Presidency and Finance. The Vice President of Somaliland, His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdullahi Ismail Sayli'i, speaking to the media prior departing at Tegal International Airport, said that the aim of the trip is to meet with UAE officials and accomplish tasks that have been started by the two countries. He further says that this visit is about to strengthen the bilateral relations between Somaliland and the United Arab Emirates. Somaliland has been starved of the rain it desperately needs for more than 3 years, leaving over half of Somaliland's 18 million livestock dead. Somaliland is a country where 300,000 people, most of them children, are classed as being at severe risk from drought. More than 1.5 million people are staring famine in the face. People here know that it is only a matter of weeks, not months, to avert a full-blown humanitarian crisis. And people across the world will not be able to say they didn't know about it. Successive rains that the millions of rural peasants and nomads depend on to feed their livestock have failed. And what is very clear is that the population now stands at the precipice of a crisis which could very easily tip from drought into something far, far worse. During the 20th century, a drought would occur roughly every decade, but now they have faced 3 consecutive years without rain. An inaugural ceremony focusing on land dispute resolution to instigate a development plan on the aspect of sustainable and management was held in Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland. The event had in attendance members of government officials, Academy for Peace and Development, and other international organizations who have concerned in land administration issues. The head of Somaliland Academy and Development Affairs and FAO officials have at first on the occasion discussed about the significance of this review program, where they've said,
"This project, Rebuilding the Confidence on Land Issues, which has been funded by the European Union. Access to land and secure tenure are fundamental for sustainable rural livelihood development. As we know, without it, farmers and pastoralists will not make decisions and will not make long-term investments in it. Land is a lifeline for every pastoralist and farmer, but there is much more. It's also of a profound cultural, social and political dimension. It's not just a means of survival and not just a productive asset, but it's also a historical, social construct impregnated with culture, values and spirituality of the people occupying and living off the land. It has a socio-ecological dimension born of the interaction between space, its people and the institutions. Therefore, addressing issues around land and planning around land requires sensitivity, as the discussions involve emotions, and it requires transparency and inclusiveness should be ensured in such discussions. That's why the government has such a key lead role to play in it. Land and its governance is a complex matter as it involves multiple stakeholders. And the situation is even more complicated in post-conflict, humanitarian and rehabilitation contexts. And here in Somaliland, this EU-funded project endeavored to address a number of complex issues, among them the following. First, the institutional capacity for land governance to guarantee land rights for the people, ensuring sustainable management of the environment and resolving land-related conflicts. And secondly, the development of a land policy and a legislative reform. How did we do that? For that, in Hargeisa, in September 2014, a project was set up with a project unit. It was launched officially in January 2015, and the project worked in close collaboration with the government counterparts, especially the Ministry of National Planning and Development, the Ministry of Environment and Rural Development, and the Ministry of Agriculture. Furthermore, it had a number of essential key NGO partners and civil society organizations. In this connection, I would like to mention the partnerships with PENA, the Pastoral and Environment Network for the Horn of Africa, Candlelight for Environment and Health, a Nagat Network, and the Academy for Peace and Development.
On the other hand, government officials highlighted that the government is engaged in every plan to activate improvement to maintain Sustainable Land Management Act and to reduce the number of repeating disputes in land, where they've said that land is essential to microeconomic growth. The African Water Facility in Somaliland sinks 3.2 million to build climate change resilience and reduce water crisis. The African Water Facility has held a launching ceremony and a workshop to officially kickstart the Water Resource Management and Investment Plan project for Somaliland. The Africa Water Facility has provided 3.22 million grant to support this project in the aim of building resilience to climate change and reducing water stress in Somaliland. The launching ceremony, opened by the Honorable Hussein Abdi Boss, Minister of Water Resources, and was attended by 37 participants, including Ministers of Mineral and Energy, Environment, Rural Development and Agriculture, as well as representatives from the African Water Facility, the African Development Bank, the United Nations, bilateral and multilateral partners. That brings us to the end of our English news program on Somaliland National Television. From me and the rest of the team are leaving you. Until then, take care and goodbye.